All right, so you've never been into me before?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Never.
So I told you I was going to describe your husband to you and your future children.
Okay.
Okay. So what's your husband's name?
Jeremy.
Okay. Oh my gosh, this is so funny. All right. He feels like quite a character. He feels like he's got a great sense of humor, for one, and like can be big and bold. And he almost feels a little bit flamboyant. Like he gets frisky, he gets like full of himself, and he gets like you know how cats get those big fluffy tails, and they take off and they do something crazy. He has that kind of almost frenetic energy to him sometimes, but he also is really he like when you have a heart to heart with him, he's just like all heart, very very sweet and kind, and he'll tell you what you need to know. Like he's deeper than a lot of guys I tap into. Like he's really got that deep side. It's really nice because he's not too tainted. You know, a lot of people really have that guard up, and it's kind of refreshing that he's not like that. So let me see. If anybody has a guard up, it's you.
Okay.
So let's see. Does this sound true so far?
Yeah.
Cool. He tries to, he's funny because I see him like tippy-toeing through life. It's almost like he plays leapfrog with problems.
Okay.
He goes blump, blump, blump. Like one of those little skeeter bugs or something on the water. He doesn't want to go down in the water. He just wants to stay on the top and go blump, 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 and get through it. He's a little bit of an avoider when it comes to like really deep, messy, icky feelings. He doesn't like that stuff at all. And just he avoids drama like it's a virus. In fact, he'd put on a mask and be in the environment with a mask if he needed to. I could see him avoiding Christmas time. Like, you know, seeing family and stuff. I could totally see him being like, so he probably around Christmas time wants to know who's going to be there. You know, really wants to be prepared. Does that sound right?
Yeah. That's about right, yeah.
Okay, so does that give you enough validation?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to know why he does anything that he does or anything like that?
That's interesting. Yeah, well...
Is there something you don't understand about him that you'd like to understand better, maybe?
You mentioned something about him kind of avoiding confrontation, that kind of thing, or needing to know things. He's, yes, very much closed off in that respect, and I wonder why he's like that kind of thing, where hard to tap into.
Okay, hang on. Yeah. He's seen some time bombs go off, not time bombs, landmines.
Okay.
He has stepped into situations before because he is so playful and sweet-hearted. He doesn't have a malicious bone in his body. So it's kind of like he has gotten himself into situations where have you ever had that you're having a serious conversation with somebody and somebody really playful comes in the room and they're like coming in there, so then they say something really stupid, like really socially awkward, and you look at them like, are you crazy? What is wrong with you? Couldn't you tell that we were having a moment and you just came in and ruined it? He has had many of those experiences, and they've been big bombs, to where he has felt like he has ruined people's lives. Like it hurt him bad. And he didn't mean to at all. It was just like he just walked right into it. And it was only that he doesn't, and this is why he's ultra sensitive to that now, to where who's going to be there. Because before he was just so happy and in his own little zone, he wasn't paying attention to what he was walking into. A trap, essentially. But it was like they trained him, his guides were actually training him to become who he is. It was a good thing.
Okay.
But he's given him, he's become overly sensitive about something he never really needed to be all that sensitive about. He could have just been like, oh, come on, guys, you know, and just kind of joked around. And he could have not taken it all so personally. But because he's such a sweetheart, it crushed him.
Okay.
So he became like he is.
Got it. It's interesting.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah. And so one way, let me ask your guides, like how you can help him with that now, like how he can help heal that. Because you don't want him to, you shouldn't have to become like a people pleaser as a result for the rest of your life. That's just incredibly uncomfortable and stressful.
Yeah.
So let's see how we can help him. Okay. Encourage him to tap into his intuition. Before you go into a situation, ask him, what do you think the situation's going to be like when we walk in? What do you sense?
Okay.
See if you can feel into it. Or maybe be at a restaurant when you're out at a restaurant and look at some other couples or look at some things that are going on. Help him to be an observer. Okay. Be like, what do you think that couple is talking about over there? Get him to feel into situations and feel into people.
Okay.
So he becomes more sensitive to observing the life around him. And that way, even when he's at work and in some other places, he'll start to think more like that. And he'll start to be more sensitive of things going on around him like that. So that way, you're helping him to become what he could have been as a kid.
Got it.
Or, you're helping him make up for that deficit. You're filling the void.
Okay.
And then once he starts to do that, he'll become more confident. And he will become more sensitive. So when he'll walk in and say, oh, or maybe if he starts to feel tiptoey, he can come to you and you guys can do like a little brainstorming. He'll be like, hey, my mom's in the kitchen. She's kind of acting funny. And you can then encourage him again. Don't give him your own advice, but be like, what do you sense? What do you feel?
Okay.
What should you do? Like, keep encouraging him to go inward for it and listen to his own intuition.
It's interesting. That might be helpful.
Cool. Yeah. And I've had this stuff come up a lot, and people report back that it worked incredible. Okay. So try that and see. I'm also seeing like balls. When I see balls bouncing, I know that sounds really funny, but whenever I see balls bouncing, it means have a sense of humor and be playful.
Okay.
So try to address it from that angle too. Like make it playful and fun.
Okay.
Don't be all serious. Like, what do you sense is going on? But we're like, hey, what do you think? Encourage them to be like imaginative.
Okay.
Let's look at your kids.
Okay.
So I said 2 boys and a girl, right? Let's look at the girl first.
Okay.
That sounds fun. It feels like she's going to be a princess. Very dainty. Sweet. Will love little princess dresses, even wands. Girly, very girly. She's going to be into looks. That she'll want to wear makeup early. She'll want to wear heels. Very girly. May have curls. She's really going to, if not, she'll want curls put in. She loves curls. Curly hair. She's going to also be into fairies and things of the mystical world. Going to love music. Love music. She might even sing along to all her favorite songs. She may even grow up to sing. So encourage that. Because she'll be good at it. I feel like she's also going to be spiritual. She's going to be into, I don't know what religion, but she'll be in some religion, and it's going to be coming from a very heartfelt place on her part. And religion is going to play a big part of her life and her purpose, in a way. She's going to bring healing to whatever, community she's a part of, somehow. Teddy bears. Going to be into teddy bears. She's going to love her daddy. She might be a daddy's girl.
I can deal with that.
Okay, good. Dog. Something about she might want a dog. But for some reason I'm not seeing a puppy. I'm seeing a grown-up dog.
Okay.
So that might mean that, you might get a puppy before she's even born, or you might already have a dog and she grows up with this grown-up dog. So I don't know whatever that means.
Okay.
Okay. So let's look at the younger son. It feels like that's the order of it too. You have a son, and then the daughter.
Okay.
And the sons are going to be, of course, protective of her.
Sure.
Okay, so the younger son. He is going to be like a non-conventional thinker. He is going to think of new ways to do things, new ways to look at things. He's going to be confident. He'll be creative, almost scientific-minded. Oh, yeah, it's like he may even grow up to be some kind of a scientist or something. Very experimental. You might find him in the yard observing things and wanting to take notes. You know, like he loves to watch things and just kind of learn from life, and he'll be in his own world a lot. It'll feel like he's really, like he's detached. In a good way, though. I feel like he's coming from a good place, and he's got a good heart, and he has, his own world is full of confidence and love. I don't know how he's able to do that to himself or for himself. Something maybe in what you guys provide, I don't know, but he's very well adapted.
Okay.
So just know that when he's really withdrawn like that and he's not really interacting much, it's a beautiful thing. I sense nothing bad about it.
Okay.
I sense that there's no like avoidance, there's no ill feelings, there's none of that. It's just, he just has such a sweet, wonderful world that he's just great. I don't see him being super connected to your daughter or your other son, which is why I'm kind of warning you. He's a loner.
Okay.
But it's going to be great for him when he's an adult, because he'll be super successful and good at, he'll just be really good at what he does. He's born for it. Whatever he's going to do, he's born for it, and he excels at it. I'll give you this recording too.
Cool.
The older son. You're going to have some cool kids, man. I like these guys. The older kid he's got more energy. He's more like outspoken. He's like wasn't your husband like this too? Yeah, he's more like him. A lot like him. And so he's going to have that pep in his step, and he's going to be kind of a little bit awkward and kind of fun, and his heart just on his sleeve, and sweet as can be. And he'll be somewhat of a rescuer. Like if he sees anybody in trouble, he'll like want to go help them. So he'd be kind of prone to date girls that he has to kind of rescue, at least while he's in an immature state. You know, when he gets a little older, I think he'll find somebody good, you know. But for a little while, it's kind of, he's totally the kind of guy who would, like, if a girl was broken down on the side of the road, or a guy, he'd probably just pull right over and help. In terms of what he'll be doing, he's going to need to be helping people, so it feels like maybe a fireman or something like that. But he's going to want to, it's going to be important to him that he's somehow helping people out. He will be, what I was just feeling is that he is going to show your husband what he could have been if he would have looked at things just a little bit differently.
That's interesting.
Yeah, so that might be a little bit of a sore spot for him, or it could be actually a cool thing. It could be very healing for him. I feel like it's going to be more on the healing side. You know how that could be a challenge, though, if you, like, see this person is actually turning out better than you in some ways, you know, where it's like, oh, well, how come he's not, you know. So, but actually in this situation, I do feel like it's very healing for him to see. Like, he'll be really proud of him. His heart will swell. These are all great kids.
Cool.
Yeah, very well-adjusted, sweet kids. It's kind of cool that you'll know all this because they're all so different.
Yeah.
You'll have to treat them all a little different. The older one is going to want more attention than the younger ones will be able to provide. So just know that the older one's going to be forced into feeling a little bit lonely. So maybe he'll just be a little bit needy.
Okay.
So try to help him to learn how to self-soothe and become confident in himself, and that he doesn't need to be doing the people-pleasing thing to get approval. He needs to be like self-confident and have self-esteem.
Cool.
So there you are. All in advance before any of the kids even come.
Awesome.
Okay, so what else did you want to know about?
I don't know. What else can you tell me? Did you do like future things, like beyond that? I don't know, like
anything.
Like,
is there anything that you're dealing with right now that you're kind of having a tough time with?
We're trying to buy a home, but that's beyond that. I mean, putting in offers on homes and things of that sort, but...
And that's in the area here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what's the trouble with it?
Just wondering if we'll actually find something soon, that kind of thing.
Okay, I get a yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So in 3 weeks, in approximately 3 weeks.
Okay.
And... it's going to be, I think the lady's going to be a realtor. I mean, no, the realtor's going to be a lady. Okay. You know.
Yeah.
It's going to feel, okay. You're going to know, like, right away. Both of you. I feel like you might see the house first and then tell him about it.
Okay.
But it's like you walk in and you're like, hey. It's almost like you can see the kids already there. Mm-hmm. And it's just going to feel right. Let me see if there's something that will stand out. It does look like it's one story to me.
Okay.
Looks like 3-4 bedrooms, nice yard, might be fully fenced. It might be in a cul-de-sac. I'm not sure about that, but it's going to be a nice quiet neighborhood, which you're going to love. Nice, spacious kitchen. 2 bathrooms. And I think there's going to be like a big tree in the front.